Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal. El Clásico has arrived. We are indeed about to play one of the biggest games of the season so far in an absolutely massive clash in so many ways. It's Real Madrid versus Barcelona with La Liga at stake and so much more on the line. Let's get started. And this Clásico will be coming to us live from Real Madrid's home ground. No, not the Santiago Bernabéu, but actually the Alfredo Di Stefano Stadium at their training ground, really. And that, of course, will be the 9 PM local time slot on the Saturday evening over there in Spain. And I do actually think that the stadium, it could play a massive role in this Clásico. We're used to such grand stadiums, aren't we, for these sorts of fixtures, the Camp Nou or the Bernabéu, or a big stadium for a final or whatnot. You would expect Real Madrid playing at their training ground to suit them. I think we saw midweek against Liverpool. Liverpool clearly struggled on that smaller pitch, but for Barcelona, we've got to really forget about the pitch, really, haven't we, and do our jobs. Another interesting point to mention before we go any further is going to be the referee for this match. It was set to be Mateo Laoz for this fixture. We know he can carry a bit of controversy with him, but he will not be refereeing this game. He's got himself injured. He did the Bayern PSG game midweek, and in fact, it's now going to be Gil Manzano, the referee, instead. Whether I prefer this or not, I'm not quite sure, but again, like the stadium, the referee's the same thing. We've got to hope that, it doesn't play a big role, they don't favour either side, and that we just do our jobs, play our football, and win this match. And of course, coming into this game, this is how the La Liga table looks. We've got just 9 games left now. If Real Madrid win this match, they'll go 1 point above Barcelona and up into first place. But if Barcelona get the victory, we would go 5 points clear of Real Madrid and also into first position for the time being. So you do get the feeling this is it, isn't it? This is the season-defining moment in La Liga. And you get the feeling whoever wins this has got a great shot of winning the title. So let's begin then with Real Madrid, of course, the home side for this Clásico. And let's begin by saying for Real Madrid, they do come into this game with a good amount of confidence. I think similarly to us, they've been on pretty dominant form actually in La Liga of late. They've won a lot of football matches. 10 of their last 12, in fact, actually in all competitions. And of course, they come into this game with a great chance actually of winning the league. You get the feeling if they win this match, they'll be in a really good position to do that, going into the final 8 games of the season. And of course, guys, they are also on course now to enter a Champions League semi-final. They've got a 3-1 lead over Liverpool in the first leg, so they look very comfortable in that, of course. And it really is all of a sudden now, Zidane's Real Madrid, as they always do in typical fashion, they're favourites again. They're in a good position. Zidane has pulled out of the hat with Real Madrid. They weren't really looking like they were having that good of a season at all. Of course, they've had a lot of injuries, quite poor results actually as well in stages of their season. You look at the Champions League group stage earlier on in the La Liga campaign around January time, also December. You look at the way they got knocked out of the Copa del Rey in the first round against Alcoyano. But again, Real Madrid, they've entered the typical part of the season, the most important part of the season, and they're alive in competitions. They're alive in La Liga. They're alive in the Champions League. And like I said earlier, in typical Zidane fashion, they've just kept winning. And I think that is just so typical, like I mentioned, of a Zidane side. And of course, this Real Madrid under Zidane, whether they play well or not, whether they get the help of referees or not, whether luck's on their side, whatever it is, this Real Madrid have a knack of winning football matches. That's absolutely clear. I think you go into tomorrow's game, and for Barcelona, it will be so difficult and so key for us to see if we can win this football match. I think you come into the game against a confident Real Madrid with Zidane on the touchline, and in this sort of big game, it's so difficult to get over the line against them. For Barcelona, we have got to be perfect. We've got to be absolutely on the top of our game for this one. But we could not forget to mention Real Madrid's obvious absences coming into this game, because you look in defence, especially already coming into this Clásico, they will be without Carvajal, who to be fair, they have actually been without for a while now, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Lucas Vázquez has been quite comfortable at right back. But then you look at the heart of defence, no Varane and no Sergio Ramos. I do get the feeling that for this sort of fixture, that's absolutely key. And you look at how they'll line up later, I'll get onto that in just a moment. No Eden Hazard also, so he won't be in the squad for this one, not even on the bench I'm hearing. You got to say, those are big misses for Real Madrid. I think you look at especially the 2 centre-backs, Varane and Ramos. They've looked quite comfortable, have Nacho and Militao in the previous 2 games, but you know what, they haven't been properly tested. So for Barcelona, as we'll get on to later, and as I said yesterday in my tactical preview, it will be key for us to actually damage their back line and really get at it. I do, however, believe that the key for Real Madrid will be that midfield trio, and you look at the Clásicos over the past few years, and it is so often won and lost in that midfield battle. When you get the feeling that Real Madrid, having Kroos, having Casemiro, and having Modric in there, all on top form, that's going to be really key. So if Barcelona, we're going to have to stop them getting on the ball. We have to not let them run this football match, else we will be chasing it. What you've got to do is take the ball off of them, make them uncomfortable, make them have to cover large distances, and then we'll unbalance them. Then we'll cause them big issues. Up front though for Real Madrid, you also also look at Vinicius. I think he always wreaks havoc in the Clásicos. Of course, he would, of course, be the danger man down the left-hand side for Real Madrid. You got Benzema up front, who we all know is a talisman, and he, of course, will have to be under close attention by whoever plays centre-back for Barcelona. And also Asensio, who will be playing off the right, I believe. He's going to be in good form coming to this game, to be fair. So for Real Madrid, they come into this game, yes, missing players, but to be fair, quite full of confidence. So let's now move on to ourselves then in Barcelona. And as I mentioned earlier, I honestly do think that this is a huge moment in our season. Having a chance to win this Clásico, go 5 points ahead of Real Madrid, go top of La Liga for the first time this entire season on match day 30. And it does almost feel, guys, like a final. It got so much riding on, an unbelievable amount of rides on this football match. You look at the Copa del Rey final next week as well. You know, if we lose this game, what sort of mindset are we going to go into that game with? So I do think this is now for Barcelona. This is the season. We had a few of those games earlier on. You look at the semi-final, second against Sevilla, a few league games also, where we were just coming into the games and saying, this is it, Barca. We have to win this. We have to put ourselves up there and show ourselves in a big moment. And right now, the nerves are starting to rack up for such a massive game. So that, of course, does mean that the stakes are so very high coming into this one. And you've got to say for Barcelona, we have to get this one right. We really do. Tactically, 100%, as I'll get onto just a little bit later. We've got to be absolutely perfect. But I think also with our approach, our general mindset going into this game, we cannot let this chance slip up. We had a similar situation last season, actually. We went into the Clásico in March, 2 points above of Real Madrid, a chance to go 5 points clear. We lost the game, and yes, we went back above them for a few match weeks after that because they did slip up. We all know what happened. We gave Real Madrid the advantage, we gave them the head-to-head, and they walked over us then for the rest of the season. This is it now for Barcelona. We have to get 5 points clear above of Real Madrid, because you do get the feeling at this stage of the season, if we do get the 5 points advantage over them, that could be absolutely definitive. But as I mentioned there about our mindset, guys, we have to go into this game knowing if we want to be La Liga champions, we've got to be brave. This is it, guys. This could be our season right here. So let's make our mark. Let's not leave any regrets there. You look at the Supercopa final as the game I'm really thinking of here. We didn't go into that game with any conviction whatsoever. We were almost happy to just say, you know what, if we win it, win it. If we lose it, we lose it. We cannot have that tomorrow. This Barcelona, I don't think they're quite ready now for the biggest of games. As I said, we've already seen that in a few instances this season. The Clásico at the Camp Nou, the Supercopa final. You look at the game against Juventus at the Camp Nou also. This Barcelona team must be prepared to win a big football match. Clearly, the team we've got right now is different to the one here earlier in the season. I'm absolutely aware of that. But this is a big moment for us. It really is in our season. I think looking at what we have to do tomorrow, specifically, as I mentioned earlier, for me, we have to get at the defence. I really do think that. You look at Messi, Dembélé in particular. Those are the guys for me that Barcelona have to use and attack Real Madrid with. It is no good doing what Liverpool did and just letting Real Madrid play their game. They will lull you. They will win the football match and they will get back top of La Liga. We cannot let them do that. You know, I'm looking at Nacho, Militao. Yes, they may be confident, but we have to test them. Let's set it straight, guys. Dembélé and Messi, against those two, should be making their mark. I think also midfield, you know, a few of the points I mentioned in the Real Madrid section will carry over here, but I again mentioned it, the midfield is always going to be key. I do think it could be beneficial to move De Jong up there next to Busquets and Pedri, so that we do have some options in there. We do have players and superiorities to make something special in the middle of the park against Real Madrid's golden three. And then also in our defence, guys, we've got to be really strong back there. I think their front three, they're on form right now and they can cause issues. And Koeman will have to get it right regarding who he brings in, you know, whether it's Mingueza, is it De Jong back there, is it Araujo? I honestly think Araujo is someone I would bring in for this fixture. We've seen Piqué has been past fit to go in the squad, so whether he plays or not is another big talking point going into this game. Roberto's in there too, but I don't think he'll start. But as I'll get on to in the moment with the lineup, I think there are going to have to be some calls that Koeman could make and probably should make for this game. And just before I show you what my lineup would look like, one final thing on Real Madrid, stop the cross. For me, that's absolutely key, actually. If you watch Real Madrid, if you see the Clásicos in the past, we have to stop the cross. Stop it at source. Mendy, Modric, Kroos, and more importantly, Lucas Vázquez, also Asensio on the other side. If they have a chance to dink the ball in the box towards Benzema, towards Casemiro, towards Vinicius, whoever it is coming in at the back post or whatever, we have to stop the cross at source. We will help ourselves win the game if we do that. It's a weird one, I know, but that's what I'll say I'll do. And moving on to team selection, I think it has been the big talking point, hasn't it, going into the Clásico for Barcelona. How should we line up? Who should we play? And I actually asked you guys not long ago, so I'm not sure how many votes have come in now, but actually asking you guys, you know, what formation should we play in El Clásico? And you know what? You guys agree with me. The 3-5-2, an extra body in midfield, perhaps even an extra centre-back there in defence, so push De Jong up there too. Give us that chance, make Messi and Dembélé play up front. and hopefully win this football match. I do kind of agree with you guys. I do think that the 3-5-2 would be the way to go for this one. So with that being said, this is the lineup I would play in tomorrow's Clásico. To Stegen in goal, a back three of Mingueza, Araujo and Lenglet. So bringing Araujo into the defence there next to two natural centre-backs. That will give us some nice protection back there. Destin and Jordi Alba in the full-back areas, wing-back areas really. Got Busquets in the pivot role with De Jong and Pedri either side of him. I do think it's wise putting De Jong into midfield for this game, but I'm not sure what Koeman will do. And then up front, Griezmann, unfortunately, I think will have to drop out if we do want to go for this sort of setup. I would go for Messi and Dembele up front there. Dembele, I honestly think could be a key player in this Clásico, but you look right around the team, we need big winning performances from all of our players, right from the goalkeeper to the attackers. You know, we've got to be absolutely excellent. Other variations Koeman could go for, he could go for something like this, but in fact, bring someone like Gerard Piqué into defence. I think it's also very possible that Koeman goes for the exact same lineup that he did against Valladolid there, so De Jong back into that defence, and then you've got Griezmann, of course, as the extra man up front. I definitely think that's something we could be seeing. Perhaps even Araujo would replace Mingueza if that happens, but either way, what would you guys do? From the voting, it seems like you guys agree with me and you would go for the 3-5-2. But let's see what Koeman sets up with. So to wrap up the match preview, of course, we have to go through some predictions for this El Clásico clash. And as always, you guys are in confident mood there, saying that Barcelona can win this one by 2 goals. I saw a lot of 3-1 suggestions in the comments of that poll. So as always, please get involved in the polls. They will become a regular thing now on the channel. My prediction, I've gone for Real Madrid 0, Barcelona 1. A narrow victory in El Clásico, a victory that would see us put ourselves in a great position to win this La Liga title. But of course, please do leave all your thoughts in the comments down below regarding this one, the tactics, what to expect, what we need to see in this match, what are your thoughts, who should play, who shouldn't, how should we line up, what to look out for on both teams. And actually guys, before we go, I got to mention that I will actually be going on the Barca Live on their YouTube channel, the official Barcelona YouTube channel, to speak about El Clásico there during the first half at half-time, and then also post-match analysis on Barca TV if any of you guys have that. So I will be on there speaking a bit about El Clásico. But that's where I'm going to leave it, guys. A bit of a longer preview again, just like the tactical preview was yesterday, but a lot to get through for a massive, massive Clásico game. Let's hope we win, guys, because this is the season right here, isn't it? We should be coming here with confident spirits, with the aim of damaging Real Madrid at the back. And I'm quietly hopeful going into this game that we can do something special and we can really push ourselves on for something really, really memorable this season. So that's where I'm going to leave it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope us Culers all enjoy the game. And I'll see you after it, of course, for the match review on the channel late on the Saturday evening. Until then, let's hope Barcelona win, and goodbye.